guys, so what I'm going to do today is kind of just give you a little bit of help understanding what you're doing on your assignment. This decimal packet, the first page especially, is done a little bit weird, so I want to make sure that you guys don't have any issues figuring out how to do that. So this is what it looks like. Obviously there's lines over there for you to write your answers in, and please do write your answers over on this side. There are blanks for each one of these problems. That's going to make it a lot easier for me to take and grade. I can't show you what mine looks like because that's where the answers are, because this is the answer key, but you'll see those blanks on yours. Make sure you write your answers over here, not in these blanks. That's harder for me to grade, okay? Alright, so if you notice this first one, it says 962 and 69 hundredths. And then underneath it, it says the 6 in the tens place is blank, the value of the 6 in the tenths place. So I've got this wrote on a whiteboard to talk to you guys about. So the 6 in the tens place, so that's this 6 right here, is blank, the value of the 6 in the tenths place. So what we're looking for here is how much bigger is this number than this number, because they're the same thing, but they're in two different place values. And so this is where that place value chart from the very beginning is going to be super helpful for you. So every place value we move within here is 10 times as much. So this 6 is 10 times the value of this 2. This 6 is 100 times, so 100 times the value of this 6, because it's 2 places before this one. So if the 6 would have been up here, it would have been 3 places before, so then it would have been 1,000 times, okay? And you have to be careful of the order as well. All right, for number 2, so we've got 9,443 and 2 tenths. The 4 in the tens place, so it's this 4 right here, is what? The value of the 4 in the hundreds place. Oops. So that's this 4 here. So you also have to be careful of the order that it's asking you about them in, because sometimes it's going to be bigger, like this one was, but in this case they're saying the smaller one before the larger one, which means it's 1/10 the value, because it's 1 behind it. So there's just a difference in moving one place value. So that's either going to be 10 or 1/10. So if we're going from the smaller one to the bigger one, then it's going to be a fraction. If we're going from the larger to the smaller, then it's going to be a whole number. But these are all going to be 10, 1,000, 100, 1,000,000. It's all about place values. So you're not going to have any number that isn't a multiple of 10 in there. So 10, 100, 1,000, 1,000,000, 1/10, 100th, 1,000th, 1,000,000th, things like that, okay? All right, the next thing I want to show you guys on here. So the next page I think you'll do just fine with. It's looking at, it gives you the word form of the number, and you have to, from multiple choice, you have to take and give me the standard form, so the numeric form. The next page is looking at going from the standard form to expanded form. So you're just writing it out in expanded form. You guys seem really, really good with that. Now, the reason I want to do a couple from this page with you is because they look a little different than we're used to. Instead of writing our decimals as actual decimals, it's writing them as fractions, which means not only do you have to take this expanded form and make it a decimal, you also have to take and convert between being a fraction and being a decimal. So I want to make sure you guys get this. So number 5 on that page is 90 plus 1 plus 1/10 plus 2 hundredths. So we're going to start with the 9, then we do the 1, because this is in the tens, this is in the ones, so we put the 1 there. Then we're going to have the decimal, because our next two values are over 10 and over 100, which means they're decimals. So 1/10, remember tens place is right after the decimal, so there's our 1. And then 200ths, that means it's right after the tenths place, so it's 2 places after the decimal. So our answer is 91 and 1200ths. So remember, the number in the denominator will never show up when you write that out. You're not going to have 100 or 200. That's not going to be there. The 10 and the 100 are to help you with the place values. So the 10, there's 1 0, so it's right after the decimal. The 200, there's 2 zeros, so it's in the second place after the decimal. So the number of zeros tells you which place after the decimal it should be in. All right, and the last one I'm going to do with you guys, we got 13. So we have 500 plus 90 plus 2 plus 2 tenths plus 100th plus 2 thousandths. So we have our 5, then our 9, then our 2, because those all went in order. We didn't have a missing place value in there at all. Then we switch over to the fractions, which means it's going to be a decimal, 2 tenths. There's 1 0 here, so that means it goes right after the decimal. 100th, there's 2 zeros there, so it's going to go 1, 2 places after the decimal. And then we have thousands, so 2 thousandths, there's 3 zeros, 1, 2, there's our third place after the decimal. So we have 592 and 212 thousandths. So be super, super careful with these. You want to make sure that you're converting those to decimals accurately and then putting them in the proper place values, okay? All right, have a great day, you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Bye.